Hello, Randy Rain here, and I have another Tomy weird one. And let's face it, the Japanese came up with some weird stuff, but weird good. This one is the Tomica, I don't know, Tomica driver. Let's call it that. It's the Tomica driver. So you're probably going, well, what in the world's a Tomica? Well, that was the line of die-cast cars that Tomy made, like Matchbox and Hot Wheels. They had the Tomica. And that's what this does. This drives around your little toy die-cast car. But this was donated to me. Someone got this online on eBay just for me to fix up because it doesn't work and it's really crazy. So you have this board here and there's these little notch here and a little slot here, and you gotta take this little thing and you stick that through there, and that will set onto the controls. And then in here, you've got this thing that goes on the back, and this tells you the patterns that you do. Then you have these little guys that are just little rails. And then in the little box here, this is the Tomica. Here's the Tomica, a little white Tomica, and yeah, it just feels like a little Hot Wheel. It gets hooked here on this little plastic doodad here. Now the steering wheel on this thing makes it go out and back in, out and back in, and out, back in, out and back in. Then the motor is supposed to spin this around like this, and when it does, it's dragging this little car around. It takes 1D battery and has a pretty neat little battery door here. Then when you turn it on, yeah, nothing. No drive, neutral, reverse. I'm surprised the battery door isn't lost, but... And then check it out, here's the date, 1977. So I was 6 years old in 1977, and I think I still would have thought this was neat, but weird. But anyway, let's get this cool thing going. And it's not. So far I'm seeing gears that are different than the ones I have. So if they're broken and cracked, I'm going to have to make them because I don't have any of these. But they all seem to be really big. I don't see any broken ones though. How about that? Yes, I do. That one's broken right there. Here's the gear shift. And this was the switch to turn it on. So that seems to be, there's no broken wires, so the motor must be gummed up. And here we have a little piece of foam to deaden the sound maker. You can see here as that spins. Pounds on this little drum. I guess they put that in there to dampen it a little. Okay, see about getting the gearbox off. Here's the drum. Without the padding, it sounds like the exact same. That gear's fine, which I'm surprised. That looks like a gear prime for cracking. Okay. But this big gear right here is cracked. See how much bigger this one is than usual. Alright, I need to desolder these wires. So to remember, I'm putting R and then B. There you go. Okay, so we just reduce it down till we get to here. Then this gear has multiple gears, so it can go one speed. I guess it's neutral and reverse. Oh, so you're going on either side here. But at least we're the gears I have. Okay, but I don't. Most of these are good. Yep. But this guy. I think this one's cracked or about to crack. This one's definitely cracked. It's sliding around. Yep. Yep, this one's, the hole's too small. Now it fits. Go both directions. Go a little one way, go a little the other way. That seems to center it up the best, I found. Yeah, you can see this one is cracked as well. This is a 16 tooth, which I have, but it's got a big bore opening though. So I gotta drill this one out too. That's right. Once again, I'm using 3-in-1 oil. Since 1894, they've been making this stuff. I don't know. Supposedly people don't like me using this. I don't know why, since I show that it works just fine. These things have this old grease stuff on it, which the oil just breaks down. Considering every single person has advice on how to do it, I'm not sure which one to take. Some say, oh, you just put it in non-ionized water or something, and I don't know, and turn it on. Oh, don't use that grease. Use this grease. No, don't use that grease. You got to use this grease. Or don't use that oil. That's the wrong oil. Use this oil. Well, this oil right here has been made since 1894, and it's been made to lubricate, and that's what I'm doing. Nope, it never does use that big gear right there. So basically, this gear slides on this square shaft, so when it spins, it's not going to spin on the shaft, it's going to spin the shaft. That's got to go there. And so there's this big side gear, big gear here, and it could go all the way and run here, all the way to run there, or run in this center one here. But it's only using the center one. So, because if I put this, so I put it right in the center. This thing has some notches on it. One, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. Let's hold me up. There it is. And then there's a little peg right here that stops you from going. So this is probably used for other stuff as well. But I can see down in there, it's only using that center one. I was so hoping, and I thought for sure I'd probably already done a mold of this gear, but I looked and I couldn't find it. I'm just using the Mold Max 30 like I always do. And I'm going to mix it really hot so it'll go off faster. I mean, there's no putting it in there bottom up or anything like that on this. It's too small. So, just got to put it in there. And take the toothpick and just work it. I believe that's it. So now this, you got a little circular, that's not a corkscrew, it just rings. So the gear can move it up and down. And that goes just like that. So the Tomica driver is all done, and you have these little patterns that you have to try to do. First two are easy, the third one's kind of a little bit difficult, but not really. What's way harder is to try to make these U-turns that are here, because you have to switch the direction that you're going. But let me show you. I turn it on. So this was donated to me, and I don't know the actual person's name, just their username. So they know who they are. So thank you very much for sending this in. This is very cool, very neat, but weird. Still weird, but weird good. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, I sure would appreciate a thumbs up. If you want to see more, you hit the subscribe button. I want to thank all these people right here. These are patrons. These are people helping me out. These are the people bringing you the Tomica driver. So couldn't be a Tomica driver without these people. So I thank them very much, and you should too. That's about all I can really say. There are links below if you want to become a patron with some perks. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. That was the Tomica driver. Hey, you're in my chair. You don't care.